Today, we're going to be talking about inequalities. Before we do any inequality problems, I want to go over some of the symbols you might encounter when doing these types of problems. The first one is greater than. The second one is the same thing but with the horizontal line. And when you see that horizontal line, I want you to think or equal to. Third one is less than. And the last one, you can probably guess, less than or equal to. Looking at our inequality here, what does this symbol represent? Well, it means greater than. So you would read this problem as k plus 7 is greater than 8. Now, you might ask, how do I solve an inequality? Well, it's the same step as solving an equation, except instead of an equal sign, it is replaced with one of the four symbols I mentioned earlier. If you remember how we solved equations in the previous videos, we talked about the idea of doing opposite operations. So what are we doing to the k here? Well, we're adding 7. What's the opposite of adding 7? Well, it's subtracting 7. But you must remember, what we do to one side, we must also do to the other side. And you'll notice 7 minus 7 becomes 0, so we just are left with k is greater than 8 minus 7 is 1. And we're left with k is greater than 1. Let's do another one together. Remember what this symbol means? It's the less than symbol. So you would read this as h minus 18 is less than negative 9. What are we doing to the h? Well, we're subtracting 18. What's the opposite of subtracting by 18? Well, it's adding 18. So we're going to do the opposite, which is adding 18 to both sides of our inequality here. And you'll notice the negative 18 and a plus 18 becomes 0. So we just have h on the left-hand side is less than negative 9 plus 18 gives us 9. So we have h is less than 9. Let's do another one together. Remember what this symbol means? It's the less than or equal to symbol. So you would read this as 2n, or 2 times n, is less than or equal to 6. What are we doing to the n here? Well, we're multiplying it by 2. What's the opposite of multiplying by 2? Well, it's dividing by 2. But you must remember, what we do to one side of the inequality, we must do to the other side as well. To divide by 2 cancels out to be 1. 6 divided by 2 is 3, so we're left with n is less than or equal to 3. Let's do this next one together. Remember what this symbol means? Yep, it's the less than or equal to symbol. What are we doing to the m here? Well, we're dividing it by 3. So you would read this as m divided by 3 is less than or equal to 6. Well, we're dividing by 3 here, so what's the opposite of dividing by 3? Well, it's multiplying by 3. But you must remember, what we do to one side of the inequality, we must do to the other side as well. So we're going to multiply both sides by 3, and you'll notice 3 divided by 3 here cancels out to be 1. So we have m is less than or equal to 6 times 3, which is 18.